platform. It's time to overcome.
So how'd you learn about HEAVENDROPt?
I was, this was 2018 or 19, and Robbie Groover, we deployed together, we're good friends. He had just moved back from New Jersey, and we went to visit him because they just lived down the road from us, and he was telling me about his new job, what he was doing. I think for about 6 to 9 months after that, yeah, he asked me to come, just give him a hand and do some contract work, assisting in making products like our keychains, things like that. Maybe figure out some ways to help the clients or the people we serve better and more successfully build the products, and in more of a timely fashion. Like he said before, everything we have to do is kind of custom, so we have to either make it ourselves or modify what we have, for the clients, or maybe even for ourselves, because the materials we work with, unless we're people who make parachutes, which we are not, we're doing something that really probably nobody else is doing. So, yeah.
Cool. So talk a little about, your role, your involvement here.
I am now the manager of social enterprise. Really, it's a warehouse manager, and anything that has to do with shipping, shows, getting products out to people in a timely manner, trying to keep up the stock of our products, because there are very few of us that work here, and we have very little assistance. All the way to we've done some big shows like the VFW, the National VFW Convention, American Legion Convention, and we try to reach out and see all different types of people. Veteran events. We've gone to motorcycle events. We go to craft shows. We go, our large one every year over in Tampa is the Holiday Gift Market, put on by the Tampa Bay, I believe it's a women's society, don't quote me on that, but a professional women's group. So they put that show on, and we go there and do that it's right around Veterans Day every year. So, and then coming up with new products. We as a whole team kind of do that, but we all have our own little flair to it. So, that gives a little bit of a difference to each type of thing we bring to the table. And then, whatever else I do, I assist the seamstress and whatever else she needs.
Very good.
Yeah.
So how do you describe the vision, the mission, the heartbeat of HEAVENDROPt?
Obviously everything, as the years go on, changes a little bit, but I think the overall mission is still the same as it was when I started here, and that it is, in a broad spectrum for everybody as a whole, is to, help the people we serve. Everybody here has a mission, and that's for our clients to succeed, whether it's being able to make their own schedule in the morning, make their bed, anything like that, to where, that's, you get to something like us, and we have, vocational training. So the clients here are learning how to, maybe count and manage money. They're learning certain job skills. They're figuring out that, hey, there's certain things you have to wear to work, maybe a certain attitude you need to present at work. Safety measures, things like that. And because all they may know is you just got to show up at this time and do this. Well, there's other things added to it that would make you more valuable. And like a lot of us here, we think that, and a lot of disabled veterans and veterans in general think that we, along with other individuals, are looked over. And So we, in a sense, adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities have sort of the same fight in some context as a veteran or a disabled veteran. You know, there's something going on there that's roadblocking or preventing what they may want success in. So we share sort of a common goal.
Very cool, very cool. So talk about some of the different types of products and what's on the website. What are some of your favorite things in the warehouse?
Let's see if I can do both at the same time, because I have some favorite products. But as far as the products go, we started out making some necklaces. There are some ones we have now that have become my favorite. It's a ripstop tube made with beads, and now we have some beads that are tailored towards the branches, you know, like Air Force mom, Marine Corps dad, or brother or sister or whatever. And they either have the branches colors on them, which oddly enough change every year. I don't know why, but or red, white, and blue. And we're trying to branch out into some outdoor stuff because in our experience over in Afghanistan, the Afghan people really wanted the material. We couldn't really figure out why until we started seeing them make hammocks out of them, sunshades and things like that. So we're trying to get into the outdoors arena. And so we have our hammock, which is really cool, super lightweight, very quick drying, which is nice too. And you can take it anywhere. We have a video on our website of a suggested knot to use to tie it to a tree or a stump or whatever, what have you. And then probably, I'd say our keychain is one of the other coolest ones. The strapping out of it comes from a pack that sits between an aircraft harness and parachute and the pilot and or navigator or whatever job they may have. And it's got I want to say from the last time I measured it was about 200 foot of like inch wide strapping. It's got a hook onto it, and I believe that is when you didn't get to the ground but you're stuck on something like a tree. Well, hopefully that'll help you get where you need to go. So I believe that's what it's for. But we find all kinds of neat stuff in some of these things, you know, radios and survival kits, you know, things like that. It's really fascinating.
Everything was just piled up and put in a corner?
It was. I mean, sometimes it is now. We get it as it was sitting. So some of it will get in sort of a crate, and others will get, it came straight from laying on the ground outside to us. So it's definitely a challenge to receive them, because some of them are cargo chutes. You know, they put 4 or 5 of them together to drop vehicles. So it's a bit of a challenge to move them, to say the least. Yeah.
Wow, pretty cool. So the faith element, you guys get to shine your light, show the love. You have an opportunity to do that with some of the people you work with and stuff?
I'd like to say a lot of them, because this is a little bit different of an arena than what, you know, I've done, you know, since I was a kid. So I've absolutely enjoyed it. I love doing it. I'm starting to learn what I, you know, maybe should or shouldn't or can or can't do with a client. But there are at times where I believe, for me, them not maybe having enough self-confidence to complete a task or even to complete something outside of, you know, what we do here. And I think that is very much something that I believe in, that if you have the ability to help somebody, no matter who they are, understand that they can either learn or seek help to achieve a goal that they want to, even if somebody's telling them they can't do it, you have every right to pursue it. And you know, it all comes down to the faith within yourself, faith in others, and you yourself believing that there's something that gives you the energy and strength, you know, to go out into the world and do what you think is going to be good. And you know, for me, you know, going to church as a young kid, we still do go as much as we can, but the basis of it, we definitely preach, you know, in my household, and some of that, you know, I try to bring into the world myself.
That's awesome. So talk about ways people can get involved and support HEAVENDROPt.
Oh man, there's all kinds of ways, down to, you know, minimal volunteering time, all the way up to, you know, purchasing our products and making a donation. We very much work hard on these products. We pay a lot of attention to detail to get it right, especially our seamstress. And you know, purchasing a product, you know, kind of helps us to help clients in a basic sense, and continues to, you know, we can keep doing what we're doing, or do what we are doing. We can hire, we can get more adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities in, and we can also hire more people with disabilities and disabled veterans. You know, so, and you know, our goal, one of our ultimate goals here was to hire disabled veterans and people with disabilities and pay them an actual wage they can live on. You know, that is our ultimate goal. And we do understand that, you know, economy, you know, the way of the world is going right now, that, you know, some things are very tough, but that doesn't change our goal. But yeah, the donations, purchasing our products, even checking us out online, you know, tell another person about us, you know, and about what we do and what we believe in. So yeah.
Awesome, doing great. Why do you do what you do? What gets you up in the morning?
Gets me up in the morning. Donuts, preferably maple. No, I really love good days, and I've always understood that most of your days are going to be maybe average. They might not be great, but you always keep working hard during them days to get to your good days. And you know, some have more than others, but those are days where you can, you know, impact the world or the people around you, or your world, I guess you could say. And for me, that's something that I wanted to do, either just as a person or for a living, you know, ever since I was young. And that's kind of why, you know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fireman or policeman, and then, you know, I graduated in 2002, so that's right, you know, right around 9/11, and so I decided to, you know, to join the Army, and the ability to be able to do that every day, what I did for work there in the Army, and not being able to do that when I got out. I guess maybe it was some self-pity, not feeling important, but I think it was more the not making an impact. You know, the big thing in the military is, you know, doing your job. You know, there's a code of ethics and things like that, but you do so much time in, and you can become a leader, and you take your job seriously, and you love your job, and you want to teach, you know, new guys or gals coming in, and see them grow, because a lot of them are very young, and it's cool to see that you can make a positive impact on somebody's life. And for a lot of people, that's the first time they see they can do that in their whole lives, is in the military. So not having that when I got out was was a bit stressful, but you know, when Robbie gave me a shout, it was really cool to get back into it again. But yeah.
Awesome, good stuff. Final question: is there anything else the Lord put on your heart to share with us today?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is there anything else the Lord put on your heart to share with us today? Final question.
Well,
before we even go there, we're going to do a little tour with some of the areas in the warehouse. Do you want to talk about what's in the warehouse? Maybe like the...
Sure, we can do that, yeah.
Just talk a little bit about some of the stations and some of the...
Yeah, I can just get up and move with what?
If you can, just, we'll add the B-roll later.
Oh, okay.
Just talk a little bit about what's in the warehouse.
Oh, right now, like literally talk about it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, so we have several stations, and it's, you know, like everything has changed over the years. So over here, where kind of by the area we're in, is an area where the clients will do, you know, whatever, you know, like, I guess you could call admin work, but, you know, they sit here and learn how to, you know, do certain things on paper, you know, maybe manage a bank account, things like that. And then the other side, because we do have power tools and a hot knife and things like that, we do have to keep a little gap in there, or a buffer zone. But one of the stations, I think that's really cool, is our area where we cut our hammocks. It is a large table, because it's, you know, a large piece of fabric. And then right by that is our station where all of our small little things that are more like hardware. So we got rivets, grommets, there's grommet punches, which I've stuck my finger in a couple times. You know, our drill press, mainly use that for buffing one of our bracelet products. It's a casing bracelet. So we take fired casings, typically 5.56 or 2.23, and we cut them down to size and put them on the end of a universal sliding bracelet, and you know, we buff them up, try to make them look pretty, because they're definitely dirty when we get them. We got our cutting table. There's nylon, you know, if you cut it, it frays, but if you can cut it and heat at the same time, well, it seals it off. You know, you don't got to worry about fraying. And then the whole other half of that area is all the sewing area, and that's something I've actually started to learn, is how to sew, believe it or not, and it's actually pretty cool, to tell you the truth. So, yeah.
Good. Last question. Tell me talk about the team. How great's your team here?
Oh man, it's just like a family, for the fun and the frustrations. You know, yeah, we get into it sometimes, you know, but you know, family does that. So we have disagreements about little things, you know, that you know, well, this product should look like this, or well, maybe we should do it this way, you know, but everybody here is, for more or less, is working towards the same thing, and if we see a chance we can help each other or assist each other, we do it, and I am very grateful for it, because it's something that's very hard to find unless you're working with friends or people you've known forever. It's very hard to find everywhere else. You know, if I get a warehouse job for an area, what place is it? Can I say a name of an actual place?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kane's Furniture. Yeah. It's a big around here, and but man, I see hiring signs out there all the time. You know, so it makes you wonder. Well, they pay really well, but it makes you wonder what's the work environment in there. And fortunately, you know, I'm in a place to where, you know, I can have some options, you know, based on my experiences in life. You know, some school. I do have some school, but you know, being able to work in a place where they need you and your ability and everybody's ability to come together to succeed, I think is absolutely critical, and I think it should be something that should be adopted by a lot of businesses and corporations. Everybody's got their own little twist on what you can do, and you know, I get it, half of them may not be all that great, but the other half might be. And I think you know, seeing somebody for what they're good at and applying that and trying to get that out of everybody would help a lot of things. Yeah. So.
How would you like to partner with Overcomers TV? Become a ministry partner, spreading the good news about your ministry and Jesus Christ. We're selecting ministries for upcoming episodes of Answering the Call. We can also help you produce your own show. Partnering with us is easier than you think. Just visit our website, OvercomersTV.LIVE. Be an overcomer today with Overcomers TV.